All right. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is nice to be back on Zoom. It is great to be here tonight and have another Claims of Truth Healing Circle. I'm so excited about this one. This one just feels like a really awesome timing for all of us to do this claim of truth. So let me go ahead and cast a circle of light, specifying that only Source Creator God and my healing team and support teams present as needed be present for tonight's Claims of Truth Healing Circle, where we are going to be looking at the claim of truth from the book Beyond the Known Realization. And we are going to be doing some crazy amounts of healing and looking at ourselves and how we see ourselves from the perspective of time and how we see ourselves in present time, in past time, and how we truly want to be known, and moving more of those old ideas so that we can truly step into who we really are rather than sitting in the place of the past. So may it be with the blessing, blessing, blessing of Source that we just keep taking our bodies up, up, up in frequency, trusting our higher selves and knowing that each and every moment of our lives is actually divinely perfect, set up for us to get healings and teachings and be able to share the love with all others. And with that, we say Amen and Aho. So tonight's claim of truth is, as I said, it is from the book Realization, which is the seventh book that Paul Selig channeled. Yeah, that sounds about right. Seventh book that Paul Selig channeled. And the claim tonight is, I am allowed to know myself in a new way. I am allowed to experience myself beyond the known. I am allowed to know myself in a new way. I am allowed to experience myself beyond the known. So just to see who is here and what is up, if you all want to pop in the chat, you can pop in the chat hello, but you can also pop in the chat if you would like to admit or confess that you are a rule follower. You are somebody that loves to follow the rules, wants to know the rules, wants to make sure that the rules are available. Good to know. Athena is telling me that the chat is disabled. Isn't that interesting? Well, let's go ahead and change that. Thank you for letting me know that. Your chat is now open. Everybody should be able to see everybody. Like I said, it's been a little while. Thanks, Athena. I appreciate you sharing that. It's been a little while since I've done this. But while you all are getting that set up and being able to pop in hi, and whether you want to admit to being a rule follower, I have been out of practice of doing Zoom, but I'm going to get back in practice real soon. We actually have some really fun events coming up, and mastery of your information is coming up as well. So we will be talking about that tonight. Athena, you used to be a rule follower. Now you like to try to make your own rules as much as possible. Well, I think that's really cool. And Zoya's got a big hand raised as far as a rule follower. I would say I probably sit somewhere in between. Like, I really like to know where my edges are. You know, when am I going to overstep? But I like to have lots of leeway. And if anybody cooks in here, if you want to talk about that piece of it, like, are you a cook? I want to follow the rules when I cook. I want to measure everything out. Or if maybe you're somebody who's just like, nah, I just kind of wing it. So I tell you, this weekend I actually had my daughter's shower, her baby shower. She is due at the end of April, and we had the baby shower, and I was doing lots of cooking. And my son is a cook, my daughter is a baker, and she was here, and we sat down and we were going to make little cheesecake bites, and she was going nuts because I was not measuring things exact. And she's like, Mom, when you bake, you gotta measure things exact. Like, it's really important. It's part of the science of baking. I'm like, oh, I'm in trouble, man, because I'm more of a cook, and I like to pull out a recipe just to see kind of, well, how do you do it? I'm not one of those ones to measure and stuff like that. But it really struck me, the reason why we're talking about this, it really struck me because here is a claim of truth that is like, I am allowed. Oh, wow, this is about permission. I am allowed. You know, so Amanda, I love that you're a semi-rule follower. Yeah, freestyle cooker. That's kind of fun. I don't understand all the spices and stuff like that. That's my son's jam. He's slowly teaching me. It's really nice to have him around to do that. But healings for all of us, where we want to have permission that we're allowed to do something, that we're allowed to be something, that we're allowed to be powerful, that we're allowed to be magical, that we're allowed to know ourselves in a new way. Big, big healings for all of us on that. As I said, this weekend I had the baby shower, and my daughter's wife's family was in town, and I had such an opportunity to see where they had put Katie, they have Katie in a box, which makes perfect sense, right? Because that's what, as parents, we do. This is how our kids have always been. This is the way we raised them. This is how they are. And it was just an opportunity for me to see where, you know, they put Katie in a box, and I got to ask myself, where do I put Sarah in a box? And how have I, you know, not let her grow and expand and be something different? So that's what tonight is all about. Like, we want to be able to stretch and expand outside of how we know ourselves, knowing ourselves in a new way. So it is an awesome conversation. If you have some realization, oh my God, what an awesome frequency. Some realization that you want to share, please feel free to put that in the chat as well, because yeah, it's a healing extravaganza for sure. Zoya, I am happy to give you a healing on programming, and there's so much more to it, but programming is a great start. So we're going to go ahead and move some more programming. Feel free to ask your higher self where you're holding on to some programming, some ideas, some rules and regulations about how you are. Well, I just know myself. whatever it is you happen to say, we're going to give you a healing and move more of those old ideas. Because tonight you are definitely allowed to know yourself. They talk about seeing yourself in the highway from the true self perspective. Not on a highway, but seeing yourself from a highway. Like how your true self sees you. Yes, that's how we all want to see ourselves. Amanda, programming in the front of both knees. There's some great things there. I see the programming for you, Amanda, like I want to call it ticker tape. The programming like in the old days, the computer tape, you know, that the tape, that's what I see there. So we're happy to help you with that. Move that programming. I have programming wrapped around my wrists, which is really interesting because I've been doing a lot of complaining about my fingers. My fingers have been really swollen. I know there's a lot going on. It's only like this finger and my pinky finger, a little bit of my ring finger here. So it's not like I have arthritis, that it is that, but that definitely, the programming wrapped around my wrist is definitely with that. Athena, programming in your third eye. For sure, third eye is a great place to move more programming. Those programs, man, they're busy telling us all sorts of crazy things. Today at dinner, we were talking about how people see things, and all I could see was like the control energies that are instilled in people that make us behave the way we do. All those control energies that as we take the bodies up in frequency, we get to move more of those control energies. But yeah, it's a crazy planet we live on. So Zoya, thanks for bringing the programming conversation to the party. Remove those things. Excellent. Cool. Okay, so we're on page 14 in realization. Realization is a frequency. It actually is this color, this like orangey kind of red, the color of the cover, which I thought was extra cool. And realization is just a great frequency for all kinds of things, right? Moves fear and pain and anger and unworthiness. It is an awesome, awesome frequency. And so I really love when I'm having conversations, I'm like, oh, I realize that. And I'm like, oh my God, realization frequency. It shows up so often. It's such an awesome frequency to use. But you can start paying attention to how you talk, and when you say something about realization, realizing, you can be like, yes, more of that frequency, please. Yes, yes, yes. So, on page 13, if you happen to have the book, there, Paul is doing a mudra, and the mudra that he's doing is a mudra you've probably all seen. It is the mudra of creation, and it is calling things into you. So they're talking about how he is doing the mudra of creation. This might be the very first place that they start talking about it, because they do end up talking about it a lot. And part of what he is doing is calling in the higher frequencies. And I say everything can be known in a high octave. Everything is available to you. There is not one of us that is restricted from knowing things in a higher frequency, in a higher octave. So what we call to us is what we know, right? They say the ramifications of choices made in love will be more of the same. Make a choice based on love, and love is more of what you receive. Make a choice based on fear, and fear is what you are going to receive. And it really is that simple. So, when you start thinking about the choices that you're making, you bring more consciousness to it, you bring more awareness, and you're like, oh, I get to choose. I get to decide what I'm creating, what I'm calling in. I want to call in more love. And it really is like that simple, that easy. You are bringing more love in. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the exercise that they have at the bottom of page 13. And that is, if you're not driving, if you're in a place where you can do this, close your eyes and imagine for a moment that you are beyond time. Now, when I did this earlier, I closed my eyes and I imagined that I was beyond time, and I immediately felt like I was sitting in space, beyond time, beyond space. But you could be sitting right where you are and see yourself as beyond time. You're not connected to time. It doesn't matter what time it is, where you are in your life, that you know that time is an idea, it's an illusion, and it has no power over you. And in this place of infinity, anything may be known, anything may be chosen, anything that was prescribed by time is no longer here. You have all the time in the world. You are no longer bound to time. I can have it next Tuesday when I'm ready, when I know more, when I love myself a bit, when I don't hate my partner, when I am done worrying. All of those things are ideas of time. And we are just going to say, at the moment, none of those exist. In infinity, the infinite now, none of that exists. It's not about how old you are, how young you are. It's not about what you did in your past, the education you received. It's not about what happened to you in childhood. It's not about who you dated. You are only as you are, and as you are, you be. Just right here. So from this space, completely free, completely unbound, you get to say, I am allowed to know myself in a new way. I am allowed to know myself in a new way. I am allowed to know myself in a new way. Move those clocks. Move those spines. I am allowed to experience myself beyond the known. I am allowed to experience myself beyond the known. I am allowed to experience myself beyond the known. Yeah, let's go ahead and put those new designs in. Now, you get to choose. You've had new designs put into your frontal lobe and your third eye, and you have a design sitting in front of you that you get to choose. Where would you like to put it? These designs hold lots of frequencies, like realization, like illumination, rapture, resurrection, restoration. Athena sternum is a great place. Awesome. Peaceful and calm is a beautiful thing. And it's so awesome to just be like, I'm just sitting here in the midst of infinity. Jill, sternum for you too. Yes. The infinite now. Infinite now. Nothing but time. Nothing but time. I had a beautiful teaching on this time this weekend because my son Matthew and I were making empanadas. And for the thing that I thought was so like, oh, this will be really easy. We're just going to put these things together. It was an awesome experience. So he was busy making the filling, and then he was taking the dough that had been rolled out, and he was putting the filling in, and then he was handing it to me, and I was doing the pressing of the fork all the way around all the edges. And we were making probably, I think our intention was to make like 36 of them. So it wasn't like a real fast process. But as I was sitting there doing them, found myself getting really annoyed. Oh my God, this is taking so long. Fork, press, 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 all the way around. Had to go around the edges and then flip it over and then press, press, press the fork all the way around to make those beautiful little marks in it. And it felt like it was taking forever. Like, I was just like, oh my God, I'm still not finished. How many more are there? Oh my God, look at that pile over there. Oh my goodness. And all of a sudden, I had a moment of, hey, wake up. And I was like, what? Enjoy the process. Stop trying to rush through it. Stop trying to get it over with. You could choose right here and now to just have fun with this. Put some music on, start laughing and joking. How many times am I going to have this opportunity to hang with my 28-year-old son? And I was like, oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you. An opportunity to go like, I don't need to rush through this. I don't need to get it over with. I can sit right here in the process and just be like, it's okay. I still had more to heal, more to move, because there is a lot in that, particularly when, I wanna justify it. There's a lot. there was just a lot, but it was a great reminder. So I give you that nugget. I pass that nugget on to you. Enjoy the process. Amanda, into the skin of your face. That is beautiful. Let's just go ahead and put more of that in all of our skin. Yes. We're going to put more of that renewal frequency into all of our skin. Beautiful thing. Yes. Awesome. Very awesome. So I ask you, how do you want to be known? You're sitting in this space of infinite now where you can create yourself. You're knowing yourself in a new way. You're allowed to experience yourself beyond whatever anybody else has ever told you, beyond what you thought for yourself. How do you want to be known? What is the thing you're like, yes, here's the place where I can surrender the idea. I love to surrender this one. The idea that I'm not creative. I'm not creative. I must have said that a couple times yesterday because I hired somebody to do the decorations and people were complimenting me. Oh my God, you did such a great job with the decorations. Oh, I didn't do it. I'm not creative. Dear Lord, surrender that. And I want to create from a place of, I am creative. Because in truth, we're all really freaking creative. We are constantly creating for ourselves. We are constantly creating our life. We are constantly creating what is happening to us. We bring it in, remember? Here's the mudra of creation. We can bring in a choice of love. We can bring in a choice of fear. And in every moment, we get to choose. Harmonics coming in for everybody. Those harmonics are coming in and they're actually melting into our skin. That's a beautiful thing. Yes, who doesn't want more of that? Taking it all up in frequency. Amanda, I love that. You want to be known as an optimistic, innocent person caught up in a creative wonderment. You got a lot of frequencies in there. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love that. Optimistic, positive, worthy, 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 worthy. Innocence, it's a beautiful frequency. Oh my gosh, so it's such a beautiful thing. And to just be like, I'm just constantly in creative wonder. Like I'm being creative and I'm very clear. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, Zoya. Thanks for sharing that you're experiencing a lot of it's not possible. Where is that block? Where is the block in you and anybody else who is having that? It's not possible. It's possible for everybody else. I'm not powerful. In your chest. Yep, I see it right there in your sternum. Moving artifacts. You got a nice artifact library there. It's not very nice at all. I do not mean that. It is a nice thing to move. Artifact library there that we're going to go ahead and move. And we're going to move the equivalent of that for everybody. So you can point to that place. where do you have something? Because all of us have it. All of us have a place where it's possible for everybody. I swear I had it. I had it today. I actually said, um, when am I going to get the answers that I'm wanting? When is my higher self going to start telling me the answers that I want? Ah, I love Care Torres. I was having a conversation with her. I was seeing a spinning disc, and I was like, is that something I want to move, or is that something I'm going to be gifting at the healing circle? Ah, blockage in your brainstem. Yep, for sure, Amanda. That is an awesome, awesome place to move more. I swear, I spend so much time in my brainstem. If you all could see me in the morning, you see me with tobacco, I'm like constantly like here, here, here. Yeah, let's move more of that because it is possible. It's possible for all of us. We definitely reassign the beings. Look, see, it says love for all beings. Doesn't matter what they look like or where they are. We have love for them. We just don't want them in our bodies, right? There we go. So, yeah. It is absolutely possible for all of us. None of us are separate. All of us are powerful. All of us are magical. It's just a case. This was literally the answer Care sent me. Keep taking your channels up. When I was like, when is my higher self going to start talking to me? When am I going to have this information? Why is it not blah, 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 blah. Keep taking your channels up. Okay. And then my response back was, okay, I'll move more self-judgment. I'll move more self-judgment. So, once you have gotten the place where you have that it's not possible for you, ask, where are you holding more self-judgment? Where are you beating yourself up? If I were just, if I could just, if only I had this, if I were more powerful. Where is that self-judgment in me? Right here in my third eye. Right there in my third eye. Yes, let's move more of that. It's a lot of trust that we're putting in there. That spot, when you find that spot where you have a lot of self-judgment. Jill, third eye for you too. It's really funny because I also see a lot of judgment in my pinky. So, wherever it shows up, let's give it a healing. Yeah, Amanda, self-judgment in that tight pink tutu around your middle. Yeah, I don't think it's pink. I don't know that it's a tutu, but it is definitely a lot of judgment. Yep, you're seeing the pink is the transformation that's happening there. Do, 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 do. Yep, that's an awesome spot. Perfect. Moving more self-judgment. You know, it's a sneaky little thing, that self-judgment. You don't even notice it. Like, oh, I'm not judging myself. I'm just being honest. Yeah. Yes. Now we're going to move a bind for everybody. You know, we have a new moon happening on Sunday. This upcoming Sunday. We also have the clocks changing. We get to spring forward. It's an awesome week to remove a bind. So you can ask where your bind is that you want to have removed. We're going to pop some locks, some seals. There are keys coming in for everybody. Let what was bound be unbound. Let what was taken be restored to the 999th power, to infinity, times infinity, times infinity. Times love, times love, times love, times free, times free, times free. For the love of all, for the love of all, for the love of all. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, Amanda, you have that bind around your middle, and those are a lot of beings behaving badly around your calves. And we're going to move those as well. Awesome. Thank you for bringing the bind to the party. Awesome thing. Infinity symbols coming in. Infinity symbols are for the frequency of inspiration and move more unconsciousness. That's always a good thing. It's amazing how unconscious I can go about some things. Infinity symbols. Watch that. Woo! Infinity, infinity, infinity. Yes. Awesome. Okay, we have gifts. We have gifts for the palms of our hands and the palms of our feet. I think they're called palms. Hands and our feet. You have stars that are coming in and being installed into your hands and your feet. You know you have chakras in your hands. Did you all know that? You have chakras on your hands and the bottom of your feet. Hand chakras, foot chakras. Yes. So, stars for that. So, we have the claim of truth. I am allowed to know myself in a new way. You might be able to use this when you catch yourself putting yourself back in a box that you were in before. Oh, well, that's not possible for me. Oh, how did I put myself back in that box? I'm allowed to know myself in a new way. If you don't say it exactly like it is for the claim of truth, that's okay. You're just saying whatever you need to say to remind yourself, I'm allowed to know myself in a new way. I'm allowed to experience myself beyond the known. That one's probably a little more interesting, a little more challenging. I'm allowed to know myself in a new way. I'm allowed to know myself beyond the known. Beyond everything that I have known before. I can know myself beyond that. I am so much more than I can possibly imagine. And you can use that all the time. You wake up in the morning, your eyes pop open, and you're like, I'm allowed to know myself in a new way. New way, new day. Yes, please. So, because we also work on others, you get to say, who is the she, he, they, who is allowed to know themselves in a new way? Somebody in your life you want to gift allowing themselves to know themselves in a new way. Who or what do you inherit structures from? So you get structures from lots of things, Amanda. You inherit structures the moment you're born onto the planet. As soon as you're born onto the planet, it's like you're given this book. It's like, okay, here's the rule book. Here's all the structures, all the things you have to follow. Here's all the control energies. Here's all the things that you have agreed to being here on this planet. You also have parents, you have family, you have friends, you have society that is busy telling you who you are, what you are, how you serve, which is one of the basic tenets behind all of Melchizedek's books, is that I know who I am, I know what I am, I know how I serve. I am free, I am free, I am free. You are not bound by all those things that we thought we were. 2 weeks ago, we did the claim of truth that was 2 plus 2 equals more than 1,000,000. We are not bound to keep repeating those same things. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. Or it's so much more than that. And we just keep creating it anew. You're welcome. Thank you for asking that. Who are you freeing to know themselves in a new way? I'm going to do my daughter-in-law, Katie. I am gifting her with more of the freedom to know herself in a new way, to experience herself beyond the known. Whoever you would like to gift, you can put that in the chat. You can also just trust your higher self. And then, what I'd like y'all to do, is we're going to do that for what I will call the vulnerable communities. Your best friend, Karen. That's awesome. Yeah. Karen's liking that. Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. And we are gifting each and every one of those people that you all have either thought about, or you put it in the chat, or it's all good. They're getting stars, they're getting the downloads. Fleur-de-lis coming in. That's all about power. All right. Awesome. How lovely is that? We're also going to do some healing on vulnerable communities. Now, vulnerable communities, I love this. I love this phrase because there are so many vulnerable communities out there, right? I mean, I often will think about the LGBTQIA community as a whole, as a vulnerable community, but children can be a vulnerable community. My daughter works for an association helping free people who have been trafficked. And so that's a vulnerable community. The elderly are a vulnerable community. Those who have an illness of any kind, they're a vulnerable community. And in truth, we could probably say that almost everybody is vulnerable in some way. So if you have a particular community that is near and dear to your heart, you can certainly put that in the chat. We're going to gift them as well. That whole, I'm allowed to know myself in a new way. You think about someone who is an adult who was abused as a child. How transformative, wow. Okay, how transformative it is to start seeing yourself in a new way. I am no longer a victim of my circumstance, of my history, of my childhood. I see myself in a new way. I experience myself beyond anything I've ever known. Experiencing myself beyond the known. Beyond what I had an idea or a concept of. Yes. Stars coming in. Gifting, gifting, gifting. Amanda, the Florida native bees and pollinators are a vulnerable community. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was like, as I was talking, I was like, oh, and I see the endangered species. Yep. Great point. Love that you brought that to the healing circle. And feel free to take a look at where are you holding collective pain for that vulnerable community that you are running through your head. I see all of you all are like, oh, this one and this one and this one. Where would you like that healing? Where are you holding on to that collective pain? What is ready to move? The collective pain that is ready to move. Yep. For me, it's right back here. My occipital lobes. Yep, Amanda, I see that collective pain there. I'm going to move more collective pain for everybody. Oh, yes. Okay. Here's the additional piece to this claim of truth. I'm allowed to know myself in a new way. I am allowed to experience myself beyond the known. I am allowed to claim my independence from what I have believed to be true, from the structures I have inherited, from the worlds of wisdom that I have claimed my ideas, what can be so and what cannot be. As I am independent from the structures that have claimed me, I may now align to my true potential, my unlimited potential that exists beyond the known. And as I say these words, I align myself to the anchoring of the divine that has come as me. I am word through my body, word I am word. I am word through my vibration, word I am word. I am word through my knowing of myself as word, word I am word. I am word through the realization of my potential, word I am word. When you claim, I know who I am, you are claiming the divine self. You're claiming your higher self. When you do that, you're claiming yourself as word. You're claiming yourself as a powerful divine. I just heard sexy. Being of light. Yes, all of those things. Keep seeing all these numerics coming in. Taurus is coming in. Taurus is like a donut. A symbol kind of looks like a donut. Symbol of power. And what's being done here is done for those vulnerable populations. It's what we do for one. In truth, we do for all. It's never just, oh, it's all about me. It's just my healing. Every time I sit down and work on the container for claims of truth, I'm working on each and every one of you. Okay. And I'm glad you brought that up, Amanda. That Taurus is Taurus, and it literally looks like a kind of like a donut. The donuts with the holes. It's like this with a hole in the middle. It's just a symbol of power. But I bet there are people who would say, oh, that is definitely a Taurus, as in the astrological sign as well. It means your mom must have a birthday coming up soon. Okay, do you have any questions? Any questions at all about the claim of truth, about how you can use it? You can use it, remember, for other people just as much as for yourself. Well, happy birthday to your mom, Amanda, 85. My mom is 87. So you get to claim this. I'm allowed to know myself in a new way. She is allowed to know herself in a new way. He is allowed to know himself in a new way. When I say those things, I'm like, wow, what an awesome opportunity for me to remind myself of where I get people stuck in boxes for myself. Oh, well, that's how you always do things. You always do it that way. No, he is allowed to be seen in a new way. He is allowed to know himself in a new way. We're not stuck with anything. Isn't it powerful? It's like such a freaking powerful thing. So, before we go, I want to let you know, amazing opportunity. One, there is a new revamped website for Mastery of Your Information. It's myicourse.info. It is amazing. I'm so excited. It's going to constantly undergo some transformation. But it is really cool. And then there is an event happening. Yes, I did. There is an event happening next Tuesday night, the 12th. And that is the link for more information to RSVP and things like that. It is an opportunity for you to send people that you would love to talk about healing with, that you want them to know about what healing alchemy is. It's a great opportunity to send them there. Kat and I are doing a special program. It's a Zoom Q&A about healing alchemy, and we're going to be doing removing blocks to love, joy, and abundance. And we're going to be talking about mastery, talking about healing, talking about energy and frequency and all those things. And so if you know somebody who is interested in that kind of stuff, has some questions, maybe they're just constantly asking you questions, you're like, yo, go talk to them. Ask your questions there. It's going to be really fun. We're very excited about it. And then, as I mentioned at the beginning, Mastery class is going to be starting on the 26th of March. It is our 5th Mastery class that Kat and I have taught. Care taught 3 before us. So it is the 8th Mastery class to be taught here in the physical on this planet. So it's very exciting. Either way, it's love, it's worth, it's going to be amazing. And you can send people to the website myicourse.info, and they can find out about it and register if they want, and it's just going to be awesome. So my short little promo. And then there's going to be some amazing things happening after Mastery gets started. There's going to be some really awesome courses and things happening there. So if we have no other questions, no one needs any other help, you can take that peace that you experienced here in the healing circle, you can take it with you. You don't have to come out of it. You are not bound by time. You are not bound by rules. You are not bound by any low frequency. It's all about the love, love, love. So I want to thank you for coming tonight and bringing your stuff to be healed so that we could also heal it in the field. As I seal the field unto the light of that one true source, creator, God, I do thank source, of course. Of course, of course, of course. I thank my healing team. I thank the assistance of the others that came in and helped me, the luminaries that were here to help. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful. And of course, I thank each and every one of you who show up in the physical, you show up energetically, you send your higher self in to get healings. I totally love and bless each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for how you be in the world. I am so incredibly grateful. If there's anything you need, feel free to send me a message, and then I will see you back here in 2 weeks. It's going to be, I think, the 18th. 4 and 14 is 18. So back here on the 18th for another Claims of Truth Healing Circle. With that, we say amen and aho. Mwah. Love you guys. Have a great week and an awesome new moon.